Holograms you can touch. Artificial hearts made from living human cells. Plants that glow in the dark. These are just some of the incredible Japanese inventions you'll find at Expo 2025 Osaka Kansai, Japan, which opens on April 13th. I'm on the ground here in Osaka where excitement is building and preparations are hitting the final stretch ahead of Expo 2025. The global event challenges the world's great thinkers to imagine a more sustainable way to live. And people from more than 150 different countries have accepted that challenge, bringing their skills, ideas, and optimism to Osaka for what's being called the Expo of the Sea, Sky, and Land. In this special program, we're taking you to discover some of our favorite innovations that Japanese companies are presenting at the Expo. They tackle real societal issues with tech inspired by water, air, and earth. Expo 2025 is the first World Expo to take place on the sea. To access the site, visitors get to ride on this very special vessel, Japan's first commercial boat powered by hydrogen. Made by the Iwatani Corporation, the hydrogen-powered boat can hold 150 passengers. It emits no carbon dioxide and produces less odors, noise, and vibration than traditional gas-powered boats. Expo 2025 is the first time the ferry will carry passengers. Naturally preserving the oceans and biodiversity while harnessing the extraordinary power of the sea is a big theme here. To see how Japanese companies are addressing it, I'm headed to Fukuoka. The story of Yellow Duck Inc. is one of determination against all odds. A team of just 3 people, led by CEO Shigeo Nakayama, are working tirelessly to develop a new offshore power station using energy from ocean waves.
ウェーブダックっていうのは波のエネルギーを使ってその波で電気を作るっていうプロダクトになります。その電気を使って海水を電気分解して水素を作ることもできます。
The Kobe-based startup has tested a number of prototypes, with some attracting attention for their adorable packaging. An inflatable yellow duck helps one prototype stay afloat and makes it visible to oncoming ships. As it bobs on the water's surface, the wave duck will capture carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, producing energy from the waves at the same time. The mechanism behind it is deceivingly simple.
波がやってくると浮きが浮き上がります。で、浮きが浮くとこちら側にある重りが下がります。上がったり下がったりのこのエネルギーをここの発電機の方で回収して電力に変えているというそういうプロダクトになっています。
Yellow Duck Inc. has high hopes for the technology and is currently testing it on a variety of different waves, from great swells in open water to ship wakes in harbors like Fukuoka's.
そうですね。まだプロダクトは小さいんですけども、将来的にはこれぐらいのサイズに大きくしてたくさんのエネルギーが取れるようにしたいというふうに考えています。そしてそれを海に浮かべることってすごくいいことは木を切ることなく、そして土を削ることなく、今あるものをそのまま使って世界中にある海でできるというのが大きなポテンシャルを秘めているというふうに考えています。
The award-winning technology is geared towards achieving carbon neutrality and could become a local solution for renewable energy. You can take a closer look in the healthcare pavilion at Expo 2025. Under the water, another Japanese company has found an unlikely hero. According to the Chitose Group, something called microalgae is the ultimate solution to issues ranging from food shortages to fossil fuel dependence. At their Kanagawa Research Center, the company is studying the properties of several species of microalgae, these microscopic plant-like organisms that live in water.
So this is a microalgae species called Chlamydomonas rinheri. We use this guy for the research and development purposes, and we also grow them in a larger scale so that we can develop several products. So this little guy can become anything that we need for the daily basis.
Through photosynthesis, microalgae can produce an extraordinary quantity of biomass, organic materials including sugars, oils, and proteins that can serve several purposes. It absorbs carbon dioxide in the process and requires no soil and less water than other crops. This makes it one of the most efficient and productive farming methods in the world.
Bioreactor don't need soils, and the bioreactor needs a very small amount of water. So we can expand to the desert to make a photosynthesis. So we want to expand the algae industry to the world. And we collaborate with more than 100 companies in Japan. And we now making fuel, plastics, and cosmetics, paints, and foods, and everything.
The company has boosted production using flat panel bioreactors, special tanks that optimize microalgae growth. Thanks to these, Chitose was able to create the world's largest microalgae production plant, a 5-hectare facility in Malaysia. The goal is to expand to 10 million hectares by 2050. You can learn more about these farms of the future in the Japan Pavilion at the Expo. A wall full of Hello Kitties dressed as 32 different types of algae welcomes visitors as they arrive, showing off the aquatic plant's diversity.
The Grand Ring is the symbol of Expo 2025 and one of the world's largest wooden structures. Here on the skywalk, 20 meters up in the air, you can admire the view and contemplate the sky. The sun, the air, and outer space have all inspired creations at the Expo. My next stop is to discover some of them.
What if your windows could power your home? This could soon be a reality, thanks to new solar technology that's being developed by energy company Optmas. The Osaka startup is pioneering transparent solar cells that capture infrared light. The invisible light makes up nearly half of all energy from the sun, but it can't be absorbed by conventional solar cells.
As a scientist, it is very difficult to capturing the infrared light and convert it into electricity. And if we succeed to develop this type of transparent solar cell, we can put the all glass in the high tower buildings. In such case, we can obtain the much electricity just from the building, the walls. So this will be very exciting.
The small prototype looks almost like regular glass, with nearly colorless nanoparticles that absorb infrared light and the heat it produces.
This one absorbs the infrared and change it to the electricity that causes the heat shielding effect. So if we put this one as a window of the room, we can down the room temperature around the 3 degrees in summer.
As temperatures climb around the world, these innovative solar cells are more relevant than ever. That's why Optmas has been ramping up research efforts, making nanoparticles in a lab and testing them on glass.
This is a nanoparticle which absorbs the IR light selectively.
Optmas hopes to produce full-sized prototypes by 2030 that they can sell by 2040. You can check out their tech in Osaka at the Electric Power Pavilion, which features 30 different types of energy sources. While the sun helps power our cities, the air is helping usher in a new era of communication. Ceramics company Nutera has achieved what seems impossible, creating a hologram that you can actually touch.
In Nutera's area of the Future City Pavilion at Expo 2025, visitors can interact with what the company calls an aerial sense device. It all sounds very mysterious and has been kept tightly under wraps, but I'm lucky enough to be one of the very first people to test it out.
I got a sneak preview of Nutera's setup, which addresses the theme of environment and energy. The aerial sense device was built specifically for the Expo using Nutera's lead-free ceramics, in collaboration with Tokyo University.
Can you describe the aerial sense device for me? What does it do?
この装置はですね、当社が開発した鉛を使わない圧電体セラミックを使った超音波発生器の装置になります。空中に浮かんだ装置にですね、超音波の技術を使ってですね、実際に触れることができたり、体験者にだけ音を届けることができる装置になります。
It's my turn to try it out.
Okay,
ではフラファに触って始めてみましょう。
Wow. And it's like I've got him in my hand. It almost feels like a plushie. It feels like a stuffed animal.
The ultrasonic waves push against the skin like a solid object would, tricking the brain.
So cool. I imagine kids are going to go wild for this.
It's a neat gadget, but Natera's device could also have a more practical purpose, helping people feel more connected across long distances.
これまではですね、文字だとか映像、音声など視覚や聴覚の伝達というのが主流になっておりましたけども、ここに新たに触覚という一つの伝達手段を追加することによってさまざまなことができるようになると思っております。
To try out Natera's aerial sense device for yourself, head to the Future City Pavilion at Expo 2025.
When you think of the future, it's hard not to think of land. More specifically, how humans are affecting landscapes around the world. It's easy to reflect here in the Forest of Tranquility at Expo 2025, a man-made ecosystem where replanted trees are given a second life. The next invention I get to see is also giving plants a new purpose and helping us see them in an entirely new light.
One of nature's most brilliant magic tricks is bioluminescence. When living organisms like mushrooms, jellyfish, or fireflies produce a chemical reaction that emits light we can see. Japanese startup LEP has found a way to manufacture bioluminescence, bioengineering glow-in-the-dark plants.
This is an old bioluminescent tobacco plant we developed by introducing the genes from bioluminescent mushroom. So let me show you.
Wow, it's very cool. It's kind of a soft glow. It's not quite like an electric source of light. It's very soothing, almost.
The plants are the latest endeavor of Professor Nagai's laboratory at Osaka University, in collaboration with Nara Institute of Science and Technology. Bioluminescent genes from mushrooms are transferred to plant cells, which slowly develop into full-sized glowing plants. Most of LEP's experiments so far have been done on tobacco plants. They're easy to propagate, modify, and transport. But the company is broadening its reach to include plants like poplar trees, which grow big enough to potentially light entire streets.
The principle of bioluminescence is chemical reaction, which does not require any electrical power. Therefore, if we can implement the bioluminescent trees or bioluminescent plant or bioluminescent flowers in the room or street or town, we can tremendously reduce the consumption of electrical power.
LEP hopes to develop the technology so their plants can be sold in the next decade. You can experience the glowing plants for yourself at Expo 2025's Healthcare Pavilion, where LEP is presenting a traditional Japanese tea room, complete with a neon green glowing bonsai tree.
I've seen a lot of futuristic tech so far, inspired by the sea, sky, and land. But it's always good to get a new perspective on things. And there's still one piece missing. There would be no society without humans. So for my last stop, I'm checking out some tech that will directly impact our health and lifestyle.
Cardiovascular diseases are still the leading cause of death around the world. But the startup Quorips Inc. wants to make that a thing of the past. Here at their Osaka laboratory, they're working on groundbreaking technology to treat patients with heart failure. And they've found an astounding way to present it at Expo 2025.
Please have a look of iPS beating cell heart.
Wow. So cool.
I think you can feel so cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
In your heart, in your body, the heart is showed beating.
Yeah.
But you have never seen before, of course. I'm the cardiovascular surgeon, so that's often I had a
You
look
see it all the
at it.
time.
So that especially this beating heart, nobody had a look, so that it's so impressive and so cool, I think.
It's very, very impressive.
The miniature heart is about 3 centimeters across and made up of over 100 million iPS cells, special stem cells taken from adults that can turn into many types of tissue. While the heart is just for show, the thin sheets of iPS myocardial tissue are revolutionizing regenerative medicine, serving as patches for damaged hearts.
Until now, 8 patients we treated, and any patient becomes better condition.
8 patients have
8 patients.
Wow.
And they go back to, of course, house and go back to office. Again, they start their job in their office.
So it really is life-changing.
Yeah, I think so. So to prevent such kind of the heart disease, I hope to apply this technology in the world.
Because of his expertise, Dr. Sawa was selected by the Persona Group to executive produce their pavilion at the Expo, under the theme, Thank You Life.
今回、体、心、絆、この3つをテーマに展示を行い、その中でも、iPS 心臓は目玉となっています。その動く心臓を見て、皆さんにも命の大切さを感じてもらいたいと思っています。
The Persona Natureverse Pavilion also features interactive exhibitions on the future of sleep and medicine, with comic book character Astro Boy serving as a guide. The last time Osaka hosted a World Expo was in 1970, unveiling some inventions we now take for granted, like the moving walkway. But one popular innovation that never quite caught on beyond the Expo was an ultrasonic bath that washed your body for you.
浴槽内にゆったり座っているだけで目に見えない汚れまで落とし、心地よく温められ、マッサージされるこのお風呂。
Osaka-based showerhead manufacturer Science Co. is rebooting the quirky machine for Expo 2025, with the hope that this time will be different.
1970年の万博の時、私は小学生だったんですね。で、人間洗濯機っていうのを見た時にうわっとびっくりしたのが、お家にお風呂がある家なんてほとんどなかった時代なんですね。だから実際にまた万博がこの大阪に来るっていうのが決まった時に、我々サイエンスの技術を使って未来型の人間洗濯機を出展して今の子どもたちにうわすごいなっていうふうに思わせたい。
The human washing machine of the future uses Science Co.'s microbubble technology, which removes dirt and grime without soap. Some of the bubbles are so small you can hardly see them with the naked eye. The company worked with researchers at Osaka University to integrate artificial intelligence into the new machine. They let me test out one of their prototypes. The microbubbles make the water look like milk, and sensors in the backrest scan my heart health and stress levels.
So tell me about my analysis.
Okay, so this is your heart rate. Now your heart rate is about 90 per minute. This figure shows your heartbeat, right? So, right?
Based on the data, the tub will play music and a short video clip to relax you if you're stressed or lift your spirits if you're sad. The offbeat machine isn't so different from others designed by Science Co. that are used in clinical settings. Chairman Yasuaki Aoyama hopes that unlike its predecessor, the new machine will find a home in the real world.
特にこの日本はもう理由を見ないこれから高齢化社会になっていく中でですね、やっぱお年寄りの方々体を洗うというのはすごい負担なので、実際に入ってるだけで自動的に全部クリーンできれば非常にお年寄りの方も助かります。
1,000 visitors will get to try the brand new human washing machine of the future at the Healthcare Pavilion of the Expo, where more than 400 small and medium enterprises from the Kansai area will be showing off their technology.
There's much more to see at Expo 2025 from April 13th to October 13th in Osaka. Be it on land, at sea, or in the sky, the technology on show here offers an exciting window into the future. But above all, it showcases immense possibility and the hope that we as humans can overcome our most difficult challenges.